So, first off, did you all watch the presidential debate, the 2020 presidential debate? If you did and made it all to the end, then you guys, you my friends, are very brave people, very patient people, very, you have been given a different God given ability, but to, yeah, I don't have words, but yeah, I tried to sit through it. I tried to watch it, but it was too much. I was tired. It was a long day, and I just could not get myself to filter out everything else that was going on between the two candidates. But I didn't come here to talk about politics. I came here to talk about a little bit about the tax um, situation. As you've seen, I've seen this going all over and circulating on social media. Even though we know this, like we have been knowing this, we have been knowing this. Um, there has been a lot of talk about how Donald Trump, the president, only paid $720 in taxes, and how he pays over $70,000. Well, for he expenses over $70,000 for his hair. For his hair, yes, for his hair. So I want to talk a bit about how that happens. Again, disclaimer: I am not a CPA. Everything I'm saying, definitely consult with your CPA, with your CFP, with your licensed professional, whoever that is. Check with your Google or whoever that person is. So yeah, I just had to throw out that disclaimer as well. So basically, this is stuff I'm sharing from when I was working in tax. I honestly had never done any type of work, so I did a bit of that and learned a lot about how small businesses do they file their taxes, how people can do like write-offs so they pay less taxes, those quote-unquote loopholes. You know when they said, oh, Amazon didn't pay any taxes this year, or Trump doesn't pay taxes, pays little to zero taxes, and it's all legal. That's what I learned. I saw how this actually happens and how it's actually legal, and I'm like, why don't more people do this? But hey, you can only do what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. So this is why I'm doing this video. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, share with another person, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So diving straight into what I want to share. So I mentioned this is stuff I learned for the very first time. If you studied accounting, if you're a CPA, you already know this material. So this video might not be for you, but please stay. You can stay and watch this and get if your time going. But yeah. So how is this possible? Trump said that he writes off over $70,000 for his hair. Did you even know that was allowed? Yes, it's allowed if that is in your line of business. So for instance, let's do an example. If you are a YouTuber and you earn income from YouTube and so let's say you're an entrepreneur, you do YouTube, you model on Instagram, you have your own clothing line or lip gloss line, whatever it is, and you are a walking, talking business. That means your image, your brand is a part of your business. That means that you are allowed to expense things such as your hair, your closet, those things that are for your business. So not like, oh, I went to Puerto Rico and I bought this cute dress for myself. No, you can't expense that. But things that are for, let's say, creating content for your YouTube, creating content for your Instagram, and that is a part of your business. As long as you document those expenses and have the receipts, so if you get audited, you are allowed to do all of that, and those add up, and your taxes can actually go down the amount of money that you pay. So that's an example. So here with Trump, of course, he is a walking, talking business, right? His hair is a part of his appearance. So he is allowed to expense that. He is allowed to expense, I don't know, maybe even expenses his suits, his shoes, his massages. I don't know, but those things, if it makes sense and it's related to your business, You totally can. I talked about being a YouTuber, or if you're on Instagram and everything, and you just bought your you bought like equipment, your camera, you bought lighting, your ring light, you bought the stands for it, you bought chargers for the phone that you're using for all these things. You are allowed to expense that. Have a list of all the things, document them, document them. So when you go to your CPA or when you're filing your taxes, they can help you. They can help you deduct those. They can help you figure out those loopholes, so you ultimately are paying less taxes, because that is the goal. You pay less taxes. Another thing as well, I guess, even stuff like your phone bill. If you're with your business, you are constantly on your phone. You're calling clients. You're calling your suppliers, things like that. You're allowed to expense only those expenses that are linked to that business. So your phone bill, you can expense part of it, even if you work from home. So if you're a YouTuber, you film at home, you work from home, there's a space that you film in, you are allowed to write off that space that you work in. How you do this, you'd have to talk to your CPA. I could do a video going over this into detail based off of what I have learned, but that would have to be another video. And again, talk to your CPA about this. Yeah, those are all things you can do. Transport, taking that train, going to your client, your car, driving to your client, driving to, let's say if you're a speaker, to those speaking engagements. Make sure you're keeping track of those miles. I know someone who has a small notepad in their car and they jot it down, but your phone has notes. Write it down. You know, they say we don't even use 50% of the things and the functions in your phone. Use your notes and write down, track those miles, have receipts from the gas stations. Keep all of that, because you can write that off. Another thing as well that you want to look at is, also just to clarify this, you can't write off, let's say if you're employed, right? Let's say you're employed by company X and you are transporting yourself to go and work for this person, that you can't write. But if this company X was your business and you commute to, let's say, from your business to your different client and stuff like that, you can. Even stuff as meals. If you're having lunch, the things that you have to document. So you have your team meals and your client meals. Team meals, those you can deduct a certain percentage, not the full cost. Even client meals, there's a certain percentage that you can deduct. So keep tabs on all of that. You go for a coffee with your client. That should not be just expense that you are fully going to pay taxes on. Make sure you keep those receipts. That's why it's also so important to do bookkeeping. That's something I did as well. For this year, learned a bunch of bookkeeping, and I saw how important it is. Keep tabs on that. Please do all of that. Also, and this could be for anything. You have a business where you sell sneakers. You have a business where you paint sneakers, or you do stuff like that. That is your business. Make sure you're keeping track of when you bought those paints, when you bought those when you bought the paintbrushes, when you bought lunch for you and your client, when you went to that client's place to deliver those shoes that you painted on or you designed. Make sure you keep tabs in that bookkeeping. As I stress again, I learned the importance of that. Another thing as well I wanted to go over was, so I watched a video that T.I. was doing, and this is so true. I mean, I did know this, but the way he said it was so funny. He was like, even if you're on Instagram or whoever, you and your he was saying people should stop going for vacations. Stop going on vacations. Instead, go on business trips. So you and your friend, you have a business. It could be, lip gloss business, eyelash business. You have that business, and instead of going for a vacation, go on a business trip. Go on a business trip and talk some business on that business trip. Make plans. You know how you say you can mix business and pleasure? Yes, make 90% of that trip business. Make whatever percent of that trip to be business. And then enjoy while you're there doing business. Then that trip, you can you can deduct it from your expenses because that is business travel. The food you are buying there, that the hotel, the this, and those are where you're not being double taxed, quote unquote. So definitely look at that, because you know what, at this point the president he has has had figured this out a long time ago. So we might as well learn from him, learn certain things from him. um yeah, because hey, at the end of the day, if you're a small business owner, or if you're just getting started, or if you have an established business, these are things you need to know, because already it's so difficult, um, being an entrepreneur or in whatever you're doing, and you can't keep paying all this money that you don't need to be paying because you didn't know. So this is just a surface level video, about this. And again, when people say, oh man, um, paying going with these loopholes and paying less taxes or little to no taxes when Amazon does that is illegal, it's illegal. That is not illegal. That is perfectly legal. You know when they say understand the law so you can work with it? That's exactly what you need to do. It's so simple. Understand it and then work with it. Of course, I'm not an expert. I am still learning it. I'm certainly not a CPA. I am not a licensed professional to be like, oh, I'm writing this off because I got this advice on She Money Hacks. I got this advice from Rufaro. No, you need to consult your CPA, consult your financial advisor, and see what you need to do, because when 2021 comes around and you're doing your taxes, you need to make sure that you've made some changes. Stuff you learned this year, you shouldn't be repeating next year. Again, you should not be in the same place as you were. Next year when you're doing your taxes, you shouldn't be the same place as you were today, because at least you watched this video, and from this video you can look for more videos. You can talk to someone who's licensed, who's a professional, to figure out where you can save this money, right? The same applies to even people who maybe are just in so many places. Even if you are a small business and you are a chef, you cook from your home, you can really deduct so much. That's maybe that small space. I'm sure even a certain portion of your electricity bill. There are so many things. Another thing as well that I forgot to mention is, if you pay your own health policy, or let's say retirement accounts, those are things as well that you can deduct. Again, look for a professional, reach out to a professional to assist you, but go to them with these questions, ask them these questions, because you have to treat yourself, you have to treat what you're doing as a business, and these businesses are doing these things. They are doing these things. That's why it's so important to do your research and to level up. So yeah, but again, if you watched the presidential debate, I hope you enjoyed it. I tried. I could not finish it. Maybe I'll watch the rest of it today, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah.